Hey guys, it's Logan from CNL LEGOverse. Today I'm going to be reviewing Sorcerer's Dragon from LEGO Ninjago. So let's get right into the set. Okay, so first for the minifigures, here we have the Sorcerer. There we go. The Sorcerer here, who is holding a little green neon skull. And then she has like a mask on. It's pretty cool. Then we have dragon wings in the back. And then next we have two awakened warriors. So here's one. Then here's number two. So they're basically just skeleton minions with like a little bone hat on. And they have swords. Then for the heroes, we have Kai, who has a little sword thing. I don't know. It's kind of cool and weird at the same time. And then a dragon shield. And then some cool armor. And then this set is actually like part of a bigger scheme to put together tons of pieces like these two to build like a giant play set thing where you can like move the characters around on the spaces to do certain things. And so here we have like 3 lives on the figures. So this one, it's a cool little setup here. So you can like put the figure on the little piece there, and then it has 3 lives, and then there's a little box to I don't remember what that's for, but you can put stuff in there. And then next we have Jay, who has a little mace, so you can like fling that around. So that's pretty cool. Then he has a dragon shield too. And then once again, yeah, the 3 lives in the box. And then we have Naya, who has another dragon shield and then a lance here. So that's kind of cool. And then we have the set pieces. So here we have these two. So these have features as well. So like this, both of these on this side can move up and down. And then we have like a little blue crystal there. And then here, I think you gain an extra life from getting on this space. So like each of these is a space. This one I'm pretty sure means you die. This one's like a wild card. But anyway, so we have like, and then that means you move to here. So we have this piece which like swivels around. So like you'd start here or wherever the connected piece would be, because like you can, as these, so you can connect that to that. But anyway, so this piece swivels around, so it can be here or go all the way around here. And so it has 3 possible landing locations. And then, of course, this is also bendable here. And then, yeah, we can attach this one onto it using one of those. And then this one, this piece, has a stone figure, a figure of a woman with an axe. And so when you land on this space here, it causes it to come down and like chop someone with the axe, which is pretty cool. Then it's got some green fire going on in there. And then we have this sword here, which is really cool. So that just rests in there. And then we have a sword with some markings on it. and then it has a cool little skull on the tip, which is pretty cool. And then yeah, that just rests back in here. Okay, and on to, oh, well, actually we have this. So here is a kind of the die for moving the spaces on there. So like it has different things. It has a heart and a skull. Then it has different amounts of movements on there. And so you put the figure in there, and then you would spin it. I can't really do it with one hand. Maybe I can. Nope. But yeah, you would put the figure in inside of this, and then spin it around, and then that decides like whichever side it lands on face up is what it decides. Okay, now we can get on to the dragon. So here we have the giant skull sorcerer dragon. So this belongs to the skull sorcerer, so it is a bone dragon, which is really cool. Bone dragons are always awesome. I love bone dragons. So this has a whole lot of features on it. So we have tons of movable pieces. So here we have the head. Here's a side view so you can see the eyes there. So the bottom jaw can open and close. We have these pieces here and these pieces here that are movable. The piece above the eye is movable. And then we have the horns in the back of the head can move. And then this head can obviously move up and down. And it has these ball joints here so it can like turn side to side. This one has one too. And then it has a central piece that connects on here to the body. Then we have the wings. So these are massive wings. This thing is like almost a 2-foot wingspan. So we have movable thumbs on here, and the rest are locked in place. Then we have some fabric that stretches over here. So like the underside of the wing, let's see. That's what it looks like on the underside. So it's just basically a skeleton of connecting pieces to build the underside of the wing. And the top has the fabric stretched over it. Okay. So then on the top of the dragon, we have these flags here, which are movable up and down on this piece. And so that's pretty cool. And then right here we have a spot for a figure to stand, so we can take the skull sorcerer and then stick her on the dragon. And then she's riding the bone dragon, which is pretty cool. And then we have the tail, which is a whole bunch of movable parts. So this is a extremely so it moves extremely easily. The problem with that is like whenever it's on a flat surface, the tail is always going to be curled up to the side of it, and it's never going to stay out straight. Wow, it just did. That is rare because it's just the slightest touch and then it, yeah. But anyway, so that's actually pretty interesting how I got it to do that. Okay. It depends on the structure and where it's sitting, but certainly, yeah, and as you can see, this is like over 2 feet long here. This is a massive dragon, which is really awesome. And so it has a little blade for the tail, and then yeah, each one of these can move individually, and it has these little spiky glowing pieces here. I'm sure you could get like the LED kit and replace all of these, which would be pretty cool. Then each of the legs, so the back legs, we have joints here that are able to move up and down and then forward and back. And then here is the leg itself. We'll look at the hind leg here. So there's the hind leg. And so it has a spike in the back that curves to the side. And then we have the ankle here, which is capable of moving around. And then we have the claws here. Each one can move independently, up or down, which is pretty cool. And then, yeah, we have both hind legs there. Then the front legs are different. So the front legs are actually bigger than the hind legs, as you can see here. And so this one is a similar structure where we have the claw facing inward, and then we have the independent moving toes. We also have this piece, which was originally used for the droids in the Star Wars sets, and that can move up, and you can see the inside of the foot there. Yeah, and then we have the movable joint here, and then of course this one moves here at this joint too, at the elbow joint. Then we have the shoulder joint, which allows it to move as well. And then the wings attach on here, which is about at where the shoulder is. And sadly, I don't think there's a way to make them flap, which kind of sucks. But I think it's okay. And so then we have on top, we have the missile launchers here. So we have 2 of these, one on each side. So you just push down on this piece, then it launches out a little disc. So just a tiny little flat stud, like a hockey puck. And yeah, you can just load that back in there. Okay. And actually, there might be 2 of them in there per. There might be 2 of them in here. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, then we have the underside of the dragon. So it has a rib cage, as you can see. So we actually have each one of these is able to move too. So on the back part of the body, we have these. And then on this part of the body, we have some bigger ones, which is kind of sucks that the legs are in the way here. But we have a bigger pieces here to make the rib cage. And so maybe I can flip it over. Okay. So here we have, oh, well, maybe the wings do flap. So here you can see a rubber band in there, which controls the opening and closing of the rib cage. So it has this little green ball in here, which is like a little storage thing. So let me see if I can figure out how to get the wings to fly. Oh, okay, I got it. So right here, these pieces, so let me fold this up. So right here, these right here. So these 2, you push them down, and it doesn't cause the wings to flap, but it does open the rib cage, as you can see here. So when the rib cage opens up, it drops this little green orb. And so here we have the orb. And so if I open it up, there are bones and spiders in there. So then we have 3 cute little spiders, which are pretty cool. I always liked these spiders. They were also the original ones that were not as realistic looking, but they're still pretty similar. But I really do like how these look. They're really cool spiders. And they're pretty cute, honestly. Adorable little guys. So yeah, those go inside of the green orb, and so it basically just drops spiders and bones onto whoever's under it, which is pretty cool. And then, yeah, that just seals back up. And then you can put it back in here. And then it also has these kind of spines here, which block it from falling out the front. So the only way it really comes out is either by force or by pressing the buttons on the back, which uses the rubber band to drop this out of the chest cavity. So that's pretty cool. And so then we have the whole armored look going across the back. So we have tons of armor plating going all the way across the tail, and then all the way up the back here, and then a little bit onto the neck. So then we'll get another look at the head. So here we have the head of the dragon with the mouth that can open and close. It bends multiple ways too, because it can bend and close like that. And it also is like kind of detachable like that. Like it doesn't detach, but it like moves independently here like that. But anyway, and then it's got fangs here. Hi Ty, are you sad? Yeah. So anyway, that is it for the set, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Please consider subscribing.